to watch these dunk videos. I couldn't believe it. Today I dunked. It's been a while. Suffered some severe injuries. Well, mainly just a cut to my hand, which severely impacted my ability to dunk because while my hand was cut, couldn't hold on to the ball. Plus, no one wants to dunk the ball with blood on the ball. But yeah, I did dunk today. I went 1 for 5 on dunks. And that's a terrible percentage. But that one dunk kept me going through the day. As I'm leaving the park, I noticed that my bike has a flat tire, so I had to walk my bike home. But you know what? I was still riding that high from that dunk. And I still am in this moment. So we probably gonna have a good show. And it's all because I dunked. I need to hoop so bad. I'm genuinely depressed because all I've been doing is watching basketball videos. The NBA is back, which is amazing because, I like to watch basketball as well. But I want to play basketball. I don't want to just watch these bums hoop. And I say that they're bums because I feel like I'm a better hooper than most of the people I'm watching, except everybody in the NBA. Well, no, I'm probably better than some of them too. No. If this was 6 months ago, I probably would actually believe that. But now I can like I said, I went 1 for 5 on dunks. I don't even know if the rim's 10 feet. So it's like, what does that say about me at this point in my life? Terrible. But I'm still having fun. And I'm hoping that my man Jason can secure a gym so we can hoop. Or if anybody in the Seattle area is hooping, let me know, man. I will pull up. And I probably will wash you up because most of the people I've been playing out here aren't that good. And I know that sounds like disrespect, but it's just facts. Like, I don't know. Unless like the really good people are just at another gym in an undisclosed location that me and my friends don't know about. I feel like when we've had people come to our run, they just haven't been as good as I thought they were going to be. I'm not that great, man, because I'll miss an easy layup. My free throw shooting is very questionable every now and again. And my homeboy Carlos never fails to remind me of that. I feel like every time I talk to this nigga, he's telling me about how terrible I am at free throw shooting. Because we played in a league one time and I missed a significant amount of free throws. I understand, but damn, that was years ago. Leave that shit alone. All right, time to switch out my glasses. These ones have too much glare on them. What's on deck for tonight? I don't know. If they're listening on Track Talk Radio, they got the music playing. They started off with some Snoop Dogg. I figure I would let Snoop play first, because he did the versus battle the other night. I think that's the beautiful. I just want you to know you're my favorite squirrel. Oh, there's something about you. Isn't that the lyrics? He doesn't say squirrel, I don't think. I put that part in there. But that's basically the lyrics, if you don't remember that song. I remember it was that comes out in what, like 2003 or some shit like that. I remember somebody in our little basketball crew had an iPod. I was not that person. And I remember they had that on there. And I was at the gym. Another one of these records I was at the gym listening to like 300 times in a row. Like that was before hooping with the headphones and was cool. I'm literally just watching a video of niggas dunk. And this is a Team Flight Brothers video, and I'm actually watching the homie Kevin Kemp is in this video dunking, Golden Child. He has stupid bounce. And I think right now he's injured, unfortunately, and I think he got hurt working on dunks because he's a professional dunker. But this is a video of him and his homies, and they're just dunking. And I think this one ends with Buddy doing behind the back from the fucking free throw line, which is just crazy. It's crazy to think that he as a human was able to float this guy. You can't see him, but listen. He free throw line, wraps it behind his back, and he dunks it. And this is Kev just jumping over another human with relative ease. Now, I have jumped over a guy before, one of my friends, my friend Eric Tucker. from back home. We called him Peanut. I jumped over him when we lived in Gainesville. I did it like probably like 3 or 4 times in a row. Easy little 2-hand dunks. And I think he was like 6 feet tall, maybe. How did they be doing that? But that was crazy to me, jumping over him and getting a dunk. I have dunked from the free throw line one time at the old rec center I used to hoop at, and I barely got it. It probably basically was a layup. I'm not even really going to call that a dunk no more. It feels like it was a layup. But jumping from that far out is just insane, man. This shit is hype, bro. Now I'm about ready to dunk again. Tomorrow I'm shooting for 2 for 5. If I can get the 2 for 5, y'all better watch out, because that means I'm coming to a gym near you and I'm going to put you in a body bag via a poster. All right, man. What's on deck for tonight for the show? Let me get my other glasses real quick. Go. All right. Now I can see. All right, man. Shout out to my man Isaiah Barber. Isaiah, you know, he hooked me up with the league pass. And that has just been the greatest thing for me, because if you know what NBA League Pass is, it's where you get to watch all the games. So I've actually gotten to see some NBA basketball over the last couple of days, and it's made for a good closeout to the week, man. What am I doing right now? We gotta check the freaking radio. Yeah, but I was a little bit bummed out because by the time I got off work, right when I got off work, actually, the Laker game started. And apparently Braun and AD are only playing the first half of games, which was a disappointment because by the time I got home and got to eat my sandwich, Braun was on the bench. And then I had to watch people play that I feel like I was wondering how some of these people got to the NBA. But these are the best hoopers in the world. I'm sure if they came to the gym that I was at, they'll probably wash me up quick. But from when you're watching them play in the game with other NBA players, like you're just wondering, like, yo, how these are the final people that made the team. But I like seeing J.R. Smith and Dion Waiters out there. I know they're ready to do work. So I'm excited to see the Lakers win the championship. But I did get to watch Milwaukee today. Giannis was dunking all over everybody. I feel like Milwaukee Lakers, man, I go back and forth on it. Milwaukee in 5. I can't even believe I just fucking said that. Lakers in 5. No, that's too crazy. Milwaukee in 7. I'm going to stick with that at least for the rest of the week, which is basically just tomorrow. Because, yeah, by Sunday, I'll probably have Milwaukee in 4, which that's really crazy. That means they're going to sweep them, for those of you who aren't good at math. Now I'm watching videos of people doing hurdles in the NFL. I've been on a YouTube kick lately, so maybe I'm just going to talk to y'all about these videos I'm watching. That looks so painful. Buddy goes to hurdle the defender, and the defender just puts his helmet right on the guy's kneecap. He probably was out for the season after that, which reminds me that my knees have really been hurting lately, but mainly because I'm just in the car driving all the time. But then I got good news today that says that when the fall hit, that I'm going to be working from home. Maybe. I fucking hope. I'm really hoping for some work from home type of shit. But apparently in Washington, man, they're at least guaranteed for the first half of the school year. It's all remote learning. I think that's kind of, I mean, yeah, I understand it, but I think it's kind of a bummer for kids. Kids need that social interaction. For all you parents out there, you better dust the dust off of yourself and brush up on your math skills and everything that you need, because you are going to be your child's teacher at least until December. And depending on what district you're in, it could be longer than that. So let's get into the show. I don't like the fact that that young lady is 15 years old and still in jail because she has yet to complete her online homework. That is so crazy to me that there's literally a judge who Right now, she doesn't want to release her because she feels like if she releases her now, that she would be caving to the pressure of all of us. And she doesn't want to do that. She's trying to show you that she's not gonna fall for that shit. But you're literally using a child with special needs to make your point, and you're making an example out of them. Like, how tough do you feel? That's like me being 6'4" and then like going to fight a teenager at the basketball. She's like, why the fuck would I do that? That doesn't make any sense. Trying to prove a point. You're so cool, Judge. I hope you choke on your own toenails. And I hope someone force feeds them down your throat and then they leave little cuts on the inside. Never mind. Let's start the show. Oh my God, I'm wilding. Welcome to the Memeco Jackson Show. We're live on Track Talk Radio. I'm watching YouTube videos. You've been listening to a lot of music, and you know what's crazy? There was hella songs in the queue, and then I just looked down at the queue, and then half them shits is gone. So I'm gonna add more music for y'all, but what else we got? We got some Game coming up, some Tony Yayo. Don't ask me why that's on there. It's just his name on the title. It's not even him. He's just in the background talking. It's that old record with 50 Cent, I Run New York. I don't know why it has Tony Yayo's name on it. Was Tony Yayo the worst member of G Unit? I'm trying to think right now. Was he the absolute worst member in that group? I think the answer is absolutely yes. And I don't feel like it should have taken me that long to think about it. The fact that I took that long to think about it is like me disrespecting 50 and Banks and Buck and their lyrical ability, because they were miles ahead of what Tony Yayo was doing. I'm actually confused as to why we like thought that Tony Yayo shit was hot. Or was he hot and I just don't remember? The only song I can think of his that I actually know by name is the one with I Know You Don't Love Me. And that's only snapping because 50's on the hook. And then I think Buck has a verse on that, and maybe Banks too. And that beat was fire. And like, you know, how the hook was set up. I know you don't love me, cause you ain't the same when them and them's around. That shit was fire. That's the only part I remember though. They said like 100 different names. That's the only one I remember. So that song must not have been that high, actually. Fuck. That was the only thing I had left for you, Tony. And then I just ruined it for myself because I dug too deep into why your shit's not that hot. And I know, listen, fam, this is not a personal attack on you, because I understand if like you were to ever see this, you're probably gonna approach me on some like, yo, fam, keep your mouth quiet for I have to smack you up type of stuff. But they don't have to be all that, bro. I'm just giving my honest feedback about what I think about you as a rapper. Like, you were cool. I feel like you as a hype man, you're lit. No one better, except maybe Bazaar is a pretty good hype man. Proof was a good hype man. But you're up there as far as hype men are concerned. You're top 5 all time easy. And I think that's something to be celebrated. But you as a rapper, nah, I'm cool on that. I heard that, you know, when T.I. had called out 50 Cent for the versus battle, I guess there's a comedian. I forget Buddy's name. I just saw this little IG video, and I guess he was in New York. He was doing something, maybe an event or a party or something. And I guess he had made some jokes. And they weren't even about Tony Yayo. They were about 50 Cent. And then he said Tony approached him after the show and like pulled up on him. But like, it's weird because like, I feel like Tony was like 35 in 03, maybe. Maybe he wasn't that old. But like, we're in 2020. So now he's like significantly older. And it's like, he's still with the shit. But at the same time, I feel like by the time, if I'm ever to make it, by the time I make it and he sees this and pull up on me, we probably both gonna be in the line at the buffet with our AARP card out. So I don't feel like he need to get upset. It's okay, fam. Your rap shit was not that hot. And I know you don't love me, but you know, I just have to say what I gotta say. It happens, bro. You'll be all right. Who else is garbage? Let me see. No, let me stop. He's not garbage, man. I'm just playing. Um, I do want to give a shout out to my man Leroy. Well, Yoga Leroy, Mr. Leon Walker. He he created, I've talked about this before on the show. He created this yoga character, but then he like actually like he got really into it and went out and got a certification and actually teaches classes now. So shout out to my man. He's about to start streaming some yoga sessions live. Let me look up the info. Because if y'all are into yoga, and we're about to probably go back on quarantine pretty soon. I hate to break the news to y'all about that, but it feels like that's what's about to happen to us. Let me get you put on to some yoga stuff. So my man Leon, let's see. I know I saved this motherfucker. I save a lot of shit though. I think he's doing Tuesdays and Thursdays on Twitch. I'm gonna have to have him come on the show and talk about this shit. Let me pull it up, baby. Let's see. So every Tuesday and Thursday on Twitch, protestparty.tv at 9 a.m. Yoga Sculpt Live. You can follow Protest Party TV for all notifications. I mean, this is going to be get your yoga workout. You're going to help get your mind right, get yourself right physically. I know some of y'all are really out there struggling because you probably just thought we was going to be on quarantine forever. So you really packed it in. And then when things started opening up, you was like, oh, I'm not getting all the same likes that I used to get. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how a lot of y'all really think. You basically now measure your success in life based on the amount of likes you get on the internet, which is kind of weird. But some of you are going to need that. And what better way to start or maybe jumpstart or restart your fitness journey than to do it with my homeboy and do this yoga stuff? Wait, that didn't sound right. Tune in to my homeboy so he can teach you this yoga stuff. It's legit, man. He posts videos almost every single morning of him, going through his stuff, and he's doing like it's not just him fooling around. I think it started like that, and then he really was like, nah, this shit is lit. So shout out to my man Leon. Brother, keep doing it big. You are amazing. I celebrate you. I appreciate you, especially all the advice that you give me on what feels like a daily basis, trying to help me, transcend to the top. We're going to be there in the end, my bro. So keep grinding. Shout out to my man. Y'all tune in. Yoga Leroy got jokes. That's his Instagram handle. And his shit is stupid funny. And he's got merch. So I know I have one of the sweaters, but you know what, fam? You got to send me another one because now I think I washed it on the wrong cycle, and now that thing don't fit, man. It feels like a sports bra. So I need a new hoodie. I'm gonna Venmo you the money, man. Holla at me. Anyway, let's get back into the show. Breonna Taylor's killers still walk free. Hmm. There are 3 garbage ass humans just living it up right now, enjoying life. Old girl's in jail for not doing her online homework, but these niggas get to walk around and just live it up after they murdered a person. If God ever asked me to provide a review on this place, I'm gonna be like, fam, this shit was ghetto as fuck. Those will be my exact words. My bad, partner. I didn't mean to cuss at you now, but this shit was ghetto as fuck because of stuff like that. 15-year-old girl in jail for not doing online homework. If you're white and you have a badge, you're free to murder people and you just get to go on vacation to Florida while you're on paid leave. And I don't even think these 3 bozos are on leave. I think they're still working. So they're probably still out roaming the streets, acting up, being stupid. And boy, do I have a live show where we get to talk about stupid ass men, especially in the workplace. I watched a video today. I'm gonna gonna get into it yet because I got other things I want to talk about first. But I'm gonna get into this video, and it low key made me mad that there are really dudes that think that they're so above the law and above certain standards that we have, and the way in which we're supposed to conduct ourselves in public. It just makes me mad that some of these jokers really think that they can just walk around doing whatever they want. Because I know when I'm in a space with other people, I don't get to do what the fuck I want to do. Because if that was the case, I'd be cussing a lot of y'all out on a regular. But I don't. I try to do everything I can to remain composed. 60% of the time, it works 100% of the time. Or something. I don't know. Damn. That was a late hit, fam. So now I'm watching videos of people getting knocked out on the football field. You know what's crazy? I was driving today, and I noticed that there's a car in front of me, same car that I have, and their license plate said, "I love DB89," which was funny as hell because that's my brother. So they have a license plate for this goof. And then it got me thinking like, yo, I saw him on one of these videos today getting knocked out in a game. Now, he didn't get knocked out, but he went to make a move, and the defender picked him up and then threw him out of bounds. And I was thinking, yo, why? Why do people really want to play football? Why do you want to do that? Like, some of these people are very massive human beings, and they're running full speed at you and hitting you in the damn head. Why do y'all want to do that? I don't understand the fascination with that. So, and people see me, and I'm a pretty big dude, and they're like, "Oh, yeah, you must have played football back in the day, huh, son?" And I'm like, no. And I don't have the heart to tell them I was too scared for that shit. Because when I see videos where people are having their faces slammed into the freaking ground, I'm like, that don't look enjoyable to me. Like, backyard football is fun, just throwing touchdown passes and mossing people, all that, like flag football, that shit's lit. And I play tackle football, and there are people who know, like, I can deliver the punishment. I've taken some bad hits, and like I was kind of nice, but like I did not enjoy, like, even watching the shit. I'm just like, why? Why do you want to be in the game and then just have a dude run at you full speed and hit you in the freaking head? And some of these guys pop up like it's no big deal. It's crazy. Yeah, I'll never understand the fact, like, watching the video right now, like, yo, is he dead after that? No, he just popped back up. I know they got equipment on this shit, but no, it's not. That don't seem like no, my God. That don't even seem like enough. You got helmet and pads on this shit. Is crap. If y'all were watching what I was watching, you'd be like, yo, my man is bugging out. Okay. Do we know who Tarika Wilson is? Tarika Wilson unfortunately experienced a similar situation to Breonna Taylor. The story goes that cops must have been surveilling the home, and they went to make an arrest on her boyfriend. I guess she had several children in the home with her. When they heard the cops kicking the door, no knock raid, she went upstairs with the children. The cops are apprehending the boyfriend. I think another cop thinks that he hears a shot coming upstairs area, and for some strange reason, he didn't walk up the stairs and go check the commotion. He just opened fire on a door, and he hit Tarika. He killed her and also hit her child that she was holding. And the child, at the time, was a baby, ended up having to have a finger amputated. So the boyfriend of the husband, father of the children, is in prison, I guess, or in jail. At least part of the story that I told, the way they tell it, they basically lead you to believe that that was what his fate was, and that her mother and her sister ended up taking care of her kids. You're wondering what happened with the cop, though. Well, of course, the jury was all white, and then he was acquitted, or no, because acquitted means no. He didn't get in trouble. I'm going to say that. I don't know if acquitted is the right word, because I feel like I don't know. I want to say that when they use those terms, that some of them have different meanings. It's not like there was a fair, reasonable trial and then all the, it wasn't none of that. It was basically like, hey, you're a cop and we're going to protect you, and you're going to, because there's no way in hell that even on the movies, they don't just hear a shot from above and not go up any of the steps and then just shoot at the fucking door. You like get closer so that way you can confirm your suspicions. This guy seemed like he's just being lazy. Hey, whatever's up there making a noise, I'm just gonna shoot at it and we'll just see what happens. But there are some of these people that just get their gun, they're just looking for an excuse to use it. Damn, boy, get your head knocked off, boy. It's always funny to me that like football players, like they run up to protect their teammate, right? And some of them will throw punches at another guy at his head while he has a helmet on. Why? Are you forgetting that in that moment that you both have helmets on? Why are you trying to punch the helmet? Are you thinking that you're going to punch him so hard that the helmet's just going to crack open like an egg? And then you're just going to have a couple free shots right at his dome? Nah, that's not going to happen to you, fam. And I always love when the quarterbacks get hit, or if it looks like they take too hard of a hit, then everybody rushes over and they try to all beat up that one player. But like if their receivers get hit, like everybody just stands there because it's like, well, that's what you signed up for. I'm like, but isn't that what you all signed up for? You all have pads on. Like he has the same pads that you have. You actually, as a quarterback, have more pads than the receiver usually. But why do y'all freak out and like act like you're gonna beat up the defender if he hits your quarterback too hard? But like, don't be getting mad when other people get tackled. This shit is just funny to me. And most, if not all of you, most of you can't fight. And we can tell that when we watch the videos. I feel like I'm talking too much shit on this show tonight. But I mean, it's true though, man. Because then you have the opportunity to smack some of these dudes when they don't have helmets on. Y'all don't be doing nothing. It's like y'all wait because the helmet protects you and it protects them. Because you're able to like talk a little bit of shit, but take it easy. And then you could be like, well, what do you want me to do? Hit him. He got a helmet on. Well, like, yeah, but you already know that. You already knew you wasn't going to do nothing. You're just talking trash just because like you're in an environment right now where you know there's 50 other people that are going to come to your defense. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm sure there are some of these brothers in there that'll really run hands with probably just about anybody. Because that's just life. There are people that walk around like that. But if we're being honest, most of these guys are fake. It's just like NBA. I talked about this about the NBA like a few weeks ago. It's even worse with them because it's like we can see the look clear as day on some of y'all faces that y'all don't want to be in those little scuffles. You're only doing it because, you know, maybe it's brotherhood and you have to protect your teammate. But half of y'all be looking like you seen Ghost out there. Because there are a couple people in the league that'll actually give y'all some work, and you know which ones they are. Like James Johnson, you know, Mr. freaking Muay Thai certified, like MMA fighter type of guy. He'll wash everybody up in the league. And there's been a couple guys that have tried him, but you know, they be looking scared as hell too, except Serge Ibaka. Serge Ibaka might be the realest dude in the league because we've seen him like 3 times last season actually throw hands at people. The only one though. Anyway, do we know who Nakota Kelly is? A name I learned today, and I'm gonna read something to you that's gonna be kind of horrific, a little bit scary, and it made me sad to think that this little man basically predicted his own fate, which is just so sad. So there's an Indianapolis father who's been charged with the murder of his 10-year-old son. This is a direct quote from this goofball. Sometimes I hear voices. My son is in heaven. And I want to say that is a direct quote, I think maybe from like a text message that he sent the child's mother. So the father of Nakota is the son. The father's been arrested. So the child was killed just days after the boy predicted that he wouldn't survive the weekend with his father. This is crazy to me because I know that the court sometimes tells you that you have to send him. But I feel like every system or whatever, every city, wherever, there should be like a hotline to where if your child says some shit like that to you, You can call and be like, my kid does not feel safe going to the other parent's house this weekend. And I want to make sure that they don't have to go over there. Because I know that you can't just make that decision on your own based on the agreement that y'all have with the court. It causes problems. But if your child literally tells you that he thinks that the other parent is going to kill them, you should be able to step in and fucking do something. And this is an exact reason why. Because she still sent the child to go with the husband, and then he killed him. You know how crazy it would be if you're sitting there and y'all enjoying some, nasty cardboard pieces of Cheerios, and then your son looks at you and goes, "Oh, I gotta go to dad's this weekend. I'm probably gonna end up dying." Like that to me, like, or if it's moms, if my son ever said that to me, or my daughter, like, "You finna do what?" Nah, I might have to stay the night with you, because if anyone's dying, it ain't gonna be you. It's probably gonna be your parent if that's what they're trying to do, because you have to protect your freaking children, even if it's against the people that you've created them with. I mean, shit, that could not happen. If I was the boy's mother, and I can't imagine how she must feel, but fuck, is there nothing that you could have done? And that's a serious question. I'm not trying to throw shade at you, but is there nothing that you could have done? Or did you just not take that threat serious? What 10-year-old says that? "Oh, I don't want to go to dad's today because I feel like he's going to kill me." Come on. My father is one of the worst on the fucking planet. I don't ever remember telling Tom that I thought he would kill me. Not until later in life, when I had already threatened to kill him. That's different. But at age 10, come on, man. This is crazy. Nakota's mother dropped him off. She says her son told her that he wouldn't return alive. Said, "Oh, I'm dead," the boy allegedly told his mother after finding out that he would be with his father for the weekend. He said, "Don't expect me to come home. My dad is going to kill me." How many times does he have to say it? Like one time, maybe like, stop playing. 2 times, "Hey man, you guys don't do that. That's not cool." The 3rd time, it's like, "All right, you're not going because now I'm concerned." I don't want to disrespect the mother, but I have some, like, this worries me. Like, does she really even care? He felt that he was in grave danger because he'd hung up on his dad during a phone call. You got a grown man losing his mind against his own child because he hung up the phone on him. Listen, I wish somebody would come try to kill me for hanging up the phone on them. That is just so crazy. The things that adults get mad over. Like, you're really upset about that? I don't even be noticing when people hang up on me. I'm like, "Oh, did the call drop? I got Sprint." That's not a surprise. The phone just be hanging up all the time. A lot, actually. A concerning amount, man. I might have to call Sprint. I dropped like 3 FaceTime calls the other day, which, probably for the best. I don't really need to be on FaceTime. I'm too dusty for that, because I really need a haircut, which tomorrow is supposed to be haircut day. James, don't let me down. Respond to my text about confirming the time, please, because I'm desperate. Desperate. Do you see my shit? I'm desperate. Anyway, this young man says multiple times that he's afraid for his life. This is crazy. All right, so now they're saying that the mom received a text message around 2 p.m. on Sunday that read, "Sometimes I hear voices, my son is in heaven. Remains of the body have not been recovered, but police say they're sure a murder happened." Are you sure? I mean, it sure as fuck sounds like it. He's 10 years old. 10 years old. Life over. I'm just going to say it. I'm blaming the mom right now. I need somebody to blame, because this shouldn't happen. If your child tells you that they have those types of concerns and you don't do anything about it, you are to blame. I don't give a shit how she feels, actually. You can't say that shit multiple times. Like, I know the kids that I work with, I tell them, I don't even want to hear you making jokes about that. And you have to explain to them the severity of phrases like that. And when they say things like the type of impact that it can have and the alarms and red flags that become raised when you hear that type of stuff. That's a big freaking deal. And I don't think kids understand that. And the environments that I've been, when we've had kids come in and they make jokes about like being abused or being hit or anything like that, like it's not a joke. You fill out a report. Sometimes you call CPS. Like, come on, man. And I know that. Even as a person who doesn't have children, like that's my first instinct is like you have to go in action mode to protect that child. Like, no, I mean, damn, I keep saying no offense, but like, what the fuck is the mom thinking? You're just letting that slide. You still made him go. I mean, damn, when you dropped him off, did you not have a talk with the dad and be like, yo, my man is over here saying some wild stuff, man. What's the deal? Y'all beefing or something? Do we need to have a talk real quick? Like, or are you in a situation where you had so much fear of this guy that you didn't even talk to him? You just made your son get out of the car and go in the house? Is that what happened? Like I said, I feel bad because now I feel like I'm technically mom is a victim of some sorts and maybe I'm blaming her, but fuck, man, you're a damn adult. You got to do better. Your son tells you some things like that, you should act on it. That's shitty parenting, in my opinion. I don't fucking care no more. Terrible parent. Let your son die because you're fucking being stupid and you don't say anything. You should have reported that shit, or you shouldn't have made him go. Or you go in the house with him and you check the other adult in the situation and you make it known to them that there's obviously a problem and some sort of disconnect and that you guys need to have some communication around this. You could have prevented your son from dying. Even if you have to violate the court order, I'd rather go in front of the judge and be like, well, honestly, I didn't want to take him because he mentioned several times that he thought his father was going to kill him. But you know what they're probably going to say? Well, did you report it? And then if you don't, well, who's the dummy in that situation? It would still be you. So now I don't feel bad. I said I didn't feel bad earlier, but shit makes me mad, man. These kids can only do so much to protect themselves. That's how he was protecting himself in that moment, was by letting you know that he felt that discomfort and that tension. Shitty parenting. R.I.P. young fella. You deserve better. And you deserve better parents too. Both of them. All right. We're gonna take a short break. And then I'm gonna go in on the state of Texas. Is this where this is at? I think this is in Texas. Yeah, it's in Texas. I'll never understand why companies, schools, I mean, any place, why does it matter what your hair looks like while you work, do a job, obtain an education? It's nothing. It doesn't impact you at all. It does not impact your ability to learn or your capability to do your job. It does nothing of the sort. But apparently in Texas, they don't want black people to live their freaking lives. So they take issue with any male that has dreadlock. We're going to get into, I already did this story a while ago, but we're going to get into kind of what seems will be the conclusion of this. And then I get to talk about how corny some people are. Yes, making fun of corny ass people. I love it. All right, man, let's get this music, man. We got some game coming up. Or the game. What is his name? Just Game or the Game? Game. The guy who used to be with G Unit and was still better than Tony Ayo. Sorry, Tony. It's the last time, I promise. All right, man. We're gonna have some music and then I'll be back. I didn't do my DJ names. I'm gonna do it when I come back. Listen to the music and I'll be back in 20 minutes. Maybe less than that. I don't know. I haven't decided. It's the Memecle Jackson Show. We're live on Track Talk Radio every Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday from 7 to 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Tune in. Or don't. I don't know. You should do it. It's worth your time. All right, the music is playing. Yeah, what was I saying? Texas, man, that's very disappointing. I guess the guy. Well, I want to read just what the white guy said, which was the dumbest thing I've ever heard. His name is Hans Graf. The school's district attorney accused the boys of wanting the academic excellence of Barbers Hill, but not wanting to comply with what it takes to achieve that. So, white guy, you're basically telling me and America and these two boys that the only way for them to get a good education is for them to have hair that doesn't go past their eyebrows, is not below their ears, doesn't touch the collar of their shirt. What about the girls that attend the same school these boys go to? Does that impact their education anyway? All those little white girls that have long ass fucking hair down past the fucking collar of their shirt and all that type of shit. Do you not going to receive a top tier education because of their hairstyle? No, you don't. You don't do that, white guy. You only do it to the black kids because it's a way for you to still have control over the black white guy. And anyone who disagrees with this is a fucking idiot. You can never, ever, ever tell me that I'm wrong when it comes to this. I know a shit ton of white girls, and they all have hair past the fucking shoulder. And I've never one time ever heard any of them say, oh yeah, I missed out on an opportunity because my hair was too fucking long. Get out of here. It only happens to people of color, specifically black people, because we like to wear our hair however the fuck we want to wear it. And only white people have an issue with that. Oh, you can't work here. Well, why not? You're not going to be able to get the job done if you have those dreadlocks, or if your hair is braided, or if you actually wear your hair how it was intended, which for most of us is afro, blown the fuck out, long as hell, all these things. You're not going to be able to be successful here with us if your hair is like that. Meanwhile, you have to watch Emily and Craig and Julian and all these fucking people get to walk around with hair in a bun and fucking hair down to their fucking ass and da 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 da. I don't ever hear anyone saying to them that they're not doing a good job solely based off of their haircut. Get out of here with that shit. So it'd be the same. Like, when I never understood when people would be like, "Oh yeah, I couldn't get a job because I have tattoos." I'm like, what does the tattoos have to do? Like, those tattoos make your arms work funny when you have to like lift the lumber or you have to type on the keyboard. Like, the tattoos prevent you from excelling at your job? No, it does nothing of the sort. It's just a way for people to remain in control. I understand if you want people to you want them to wear a school uniform. Hell yeah, I get it. Wear the freaking uniform. But you trying to tell kids in America that they can't receive a good education because they have dreadlocks is the corniest shit I've ever heard in my life. That is literally something like when people say, do white people have culture? Yeah, this is a part of it. This is their culture, holding people back because of bullshit like hairstyles. Get out of here. That shit is so crazy. And you know what's crazy though? I bet you some of these kids are smarter than the adults that are at the top making these decisions. Hans, the school's attorney, who said that he thinks that they are, let me read it again. He's accusing them of wanting the academic of Barbers Hill, but not wanting to comply. So he's accusing them of not wanting to comply with whatever it's going to take to achieve said education. That is just so weird to me. What happens if they, their backpack has 2 straps, but they only walk around with 1? Do they not get the same education? Like, if my shoes are already pre-tied and I don't tighten them up, like, if my education gonna be less, Or like if I have like 2 wrinkles on my pants instead of, the standard no wrinkles, is my education gonna be less? You hear how dumb all those things sound? That's how dumb the hair thing is, at least in my opinion. But they hate it, bro. They hate it. They hate seeing black people actually be black. They absolutely hate it. They don't want black people to have nothing, bro. I'm dead. Yo, my sister's wildin', fam. Don't ever disrespect me like that in the chat. If you're calling me big boy, you better be because I'm tall as hell. Don't be commenting on me like that. You better call me slim. All right. All right, fam. My sister, she was just on I guess she was on a show or podcast or something like that. Shout out to her, man. She just was on it. Now she's gonna be TV famous. I don't know. You probably gonna get there before I do, fam. Keep those dreadlocks popping though. Don't let these people try to tell you can't do that shit. You go on whatever show you want. You wear your hair however you want. And if they say something, be like, I got a big brother to come down here and run a fade for y'all. Keep playing with them. Unless they have big pockets, and I'm gonna come down there and try to get a job where you at. But luckily for me, I keep my hair short. That shit is just so crazy, man. Really telling kids that they're not going to be able to get the education if they have long ass hair. Get out of here. I bet those kids have like easy 3.0 GPAs. I don't know. Maybe they don't. Maybe they do. I hope they do. I hope they're at the top, valedictorian type of shit. I hope they come back and maybe just take Buddy's job. That's what they should do. Hans the cornball. God, what a fucking goof, man. That's people for you though. All right, I guess we're gonna let them listen to one more song. They've been listening to a lot of game. I want to see this little show that my sister was on so I can leave some comments. Get ready for these comments, fam. I'm probably gonna roast you a little bit, or I'll roast your friends who are on the show. But it's all comedy. It's just jokes. Maybe it's serious. I don't know. I ain't seen the show yet. But shout out to my sister. She's one of these essential workers out here. Someone told me the other day that I was an essential worker because sometimes I go back to, when I'm trying to get that extra paper, I go do my Uber thing. I didn't see myself as an essential worker because I just was not. I walk in, I grab your food, I put your food in my car, I take your food and I leave it at your door and I take a picture of it. That don't feel like I'm doing anything for anybody, fam. If I'm being honest. But I'm also somebody I don't want the same type of praise that is being given to like actual people who are out there like doing their part, like nurses and and things like that. Like I don't want to be grouped with them. I feel like that's disrespect to them because they actually work and I just be in the car just, making Snapchat videos with your food and shit. Not with your food. Your food is in the seat, but I'm doing the video because I'm singing and dancing, all that type of shit. But yeah, shout out to my sister, man. God, I remember when this show first started, I told some funny ass stories about Gabby. Gabby, if you're still listening, I told the one about how you punched Buddy's eye out. But I told the world that because I wanted them to know that any of these people who mess with me, who I can't do nothing to, you're gonna handle it for me. So just be ready. You gotta get ready like Mike Tyson. So shout out to Mike Tyson. He's fighting Roy Jones Jr., which is so weird because Roy is from Pensacola, Florida, and that's where I lived for a super long time. It was crazy. We never viewed Roy, even though he was famous and he's a celebrity, we never looked at him like that because Roy always showed us all respect. So when we would play at the basketball court and shit like that, it's like first name basis type of shit. He was always showing love. And then my homegirl Jenna ended up being with one of his sons, and they had a child together. Like it was just weird because like Roy is like worldwide famous, but he just is like a guy that we know. And I feel bad because now he's got about to get his head knocked off by Mike Tyson. I don't understand why he wanted why do you want to do this? We're in the group chat today talking about what would you take to get knocked out by Mike Tyson. I had always said my minimum was 5 million. And I feel like now after having a conversation in the group chat, it's up to 10 million. Because knowing that right now a potential cost for being on a ventilator just due to COVID is like 300,000. I assume that I will probably be on one of those after a fight with Mike Tyson, and the coma could last, forever. Probably those medical expenses will probably be 5 million, and I need to at least be able to come home to 5 million comfortably. So I don't know, man. Just looking out for myself. I feel like Mike can afford it. So yeah, I would say I'll let Mike Tyson, not let him. I'm gonna try to see if I can hit him. And then he's ultimately probably gonna knock me out. But I need 10 million guaranteed. And I feel like I could give Mike like a good jab, but if you miss that shit, that fucking uppercut is coming up straight up from hell. And it's gonna put you out. Oh my God. What is Roy thinking? I don't want to see Roy get hurt. Roy, come on, man. I mean, I know Mike is old and he's older than you, but why are y'all doing this to yourselves? It's gonna be the end of Roy Jones Jr. Fuck, man. Watching Mike in some of these videos, man, Mike's 52 years old and he can. My sister said these hands are ready. Any of y'all girls hear that? You talk crazy to me, I'm gonna send my sister for you. That's why I feel like we're in the like 8th grade right now. Oh, you keep playing with me, man. I'm gonna go get my sister. I did sound like that when I was in middle school. There were when I was in Trail Middle School in Round Rock, Texas. And this was the last time that me and Gabby had actually lived in the same house together. There were definitely some girls at school that used to make fun of me because I was dusty. And like most boys at that age, you probably smell and you talk funny and you have nothing to offer as a middle school boy. And there were definitely some times where I was like, yo, I'll go tell my sister. I mean, nothing ever happened, but it was nice to be able to say that with confidence. And then as soon as I had to move back with my dad, it just was me. So, girls disrespect, you gotta just take that shit. They stayed disrespecting me too. It was bad. But I had that shit coming. I was dusty still in high school. So, but shout out to my sister. Hands always ready. All right, man. We gotta check this music. They just been jamming. So now the 50 Cent record is playing. I still don't understand why that title says Tony Yayo. I'll know I made it if I never actually get on, but then maybe one day Tony sees this and then like comes out to Seattle and then like pulls up on me. I'm gonna love that. And I'm gonna be like, Tony, before you kick my ass, can I record this shit? Because that would be like my last chance to try to get famous. And then it's gonna say YouTuber gets exposed by Tony Yayo. And then we're both gonna come back up. Because you need all the attention you can get. And I do too, nigga. Pull up. Maybe we can stage it so I don't have to get hurt. Or you don't have to get hurt. Man, I'm just playing. Let's see. This is so crazy. 15-year-old in jail for not doing online homework. Apparently, Negroes can't actually get an education if their hair touches their collar, goes below their ears, or da-da-da-da-da. Oh. I feel like my lineup is worse than KD's is on my shirt. God damn. Who's dustier, me or KD? It's KD. It's not me. Literally, the shirt looks better than me in real life. That's hard to believe. Gabby, you need to come on this show and talk about the show that you were on. Put in the chat what your show title is called, so everybody who's in here looking at this, they can go watch it. Don't put a link. Just put what the title is called, and then you can put where they can find it, whether it be on Facebook or whatever. But do not put a link in that chat because it'll just delete it. Do what I say. All right, we got 30 seconds. 30 seconds until Tony Yayo magically appears in the doorway. The ghost of Tony Yayo. No, he's not. Sorry, that's really disrespectful. Are ghosts real? I just don't be knowing. But I do think that if ghosts are real, that they probably scoff at me. They're like, this guy's not worth haunting. He's not that cool. He doesn't do anything. Like, I don't. Oh, welcome back to the Michael Jackson show. I was just talking about whether or not I think ghosts are real. And there's two things. I think they're real, but I think if they are real, that ghosts don't fuck with me. Like they just think I'm not worth haunting or, spooking at all. Like, I don't know. I feel like if a ghost is in this home, they're like, God, this guy is just so boring. He literally does nothing. What is the point of trying to spook him? But then there's also that part of me that believes that because I've never felt like there's a presence in them, then maybe ghosts aren't real. But I don't know. There are some people that really believe like, yo, they're among us. If you believe that, that's lit. I would love to hear like what makes you think that. Yo, I'm watching this video. These dudes at LA Fitness dunking on these girls. But buddy that dunked it looks like he's about 5'3". So he is hella small. He probably is about 5'3", and he did dunk that on that girl, which was still impressive. Don't jump with me. Oh my God. Gotta love LA Fitness runs. Everybody in there thinks that it's lit. Like they think they're all going to the league. Us included. Okay, so the show my sister was on was called Weirdos at Home, and it's on Facebook. Okay. Follow me and follow my sister. I'm gonna figure out how to. I don't use my Facebook anymore, so maybe Markel is on Facebook. Maybe Markel can add my sister and go share the video. But Gabby, the only way Markel's gonna do that is if you add Markel and then you share her stuff, her photography and her project. I am right now, and I am a part of that project. So if you want your stuff shared, you better share my friend's stuff. Done. It's a business transaction. Yo, my sister just caught my nephew trying to sneak food. I love it. Shout out to Half Man Half Tortilla, my nephew Maddox. This guy is always trying to sneak food. And so last week, this is no days ago, my sister texted me and said he got busted again because apparently his grandmother had bought some bagels and some other stuff. So she hid those things because she knew his little sneaky ass was going to try to get him. But he saw that instead of bagels, that there was just a loaf of bread up there. And you know what he did? He ate the whole loaf of bread. My man is wilding. Why does he do that? He's the carb king. He's 9 years old, 10 years old. My man is literally at home sneaking loaves of bread. Is Buddy 5'3" jumping over a dude and reverse dunking it? This is insane. I barely dunked today, and then this nigga's 5'3", and he's just, oh my God. Yo, I'm going crazy right now. Oh no, you can't dunk. Oh my God, this is wild. He's 5'3". I mean, the LA Fitness goals are 9.5 feet, but it still is impressive. Anyway, my man Maddox, I need to have a talk with this little dusty ass boy. Why are you sneaking food, boy? I know that your mother and your grandmother feed you plenty. I know that. I know that to be true. But at the same time, I admire the fact that he's working on his sneaking skills. I mean, it's not going well if he got caught tonight. But the fact that he's still trying shows persistence, and I feel like if he can learn how to apply that to some more useful in more useful ways, excuse me, I think he'll be set up for success in life. It'd be nice if I could get him to sneak into his own room and clean that muff up. That'd be good. I'm telling you, last time Gabby showed me a video of his room, it looked like a war zone in there. It looked like Warzone. You know, when you play that game and you go to places where explosions have just happened, maybe a few deaths, it looked like that. Kids, man. Uh he ate 6 pieces of pizza last night. He's 9. He's a beast. Oh my god. But if you looked at this kid, you will be like, has he eaten this year? He's so small. Metabolism is like in overdrive, man. 6 pieces of pizza? I don't even think I can do that anymore. Yo, if you cut up a frozen pizza, it's only about 6 pieces. That's a whole fucking pizza, pretty much. This kid is crazy. I wonder. So, my sister also said that she couldn't find the wrapper to this loaf of bread that he ate. And now I'm wondering if the way he covered his tracks is that he ate the wrapper. Do we think he ate the wrapper? Yes, absolutely. Gabby, please put in the chat if you believe that he ate the wrapper. Well, no. Don't put that because then I don't want somebody who's working in child services to see this. Don't put that on there. Blink twice if you think he ate the wrapper. That shit is crazy. God, what if he ate the wrapper? I'm trying to think. What was the thing that my mom used to bust me for sneaking? It usually was like shit like Little Debbie's and stuff like that. I think that's how I got fat. Cause I know my parents used to buy Little Debbie's and stuff like that, and put them in our lunches and stuff like that, and they would hide them in the closet. And then I would like crawl in, go in the door, go under the bed. You slide all the way under the bed without them knowing into the closet, and you get some snacks. I would usually do it when they were asleep, and they would never know I was in there because I was a pro. My sister's saying that he ate the pizza at 4 a.m. Why is fam up at 4 a.m. eating pizza? Like he's some burnout college dropout or some shit like that. Like, bro, you sound like you're living a life like me, bro. You're not. You should be asleep, dreaming about, the next day's playground activities or something like that. Yup, eating pizza like a crazy person. But shout out though, I respect it. I'm trying to find something good to watch on YouTube. But now I'm kind of just wishing that my sister would put up security cameras in Buddy's room so we could just watch some nighttime footage of what he does and how he does it. Gabby, please rig up cameras throughout the house so we can get video of Half Man Half Tortilla in action. You and I will have a talk tomorrow. We'll try to find you some cheap cameras on Amazon, some stuff that you can like hide around. Maybe even like one of those like nanny cam type of things. And then we'll see if we can just catch them in the act. Live stream that shit. God, that'd be crazy. We got to figure out a way to make that happen. We could probably turn this into a movie. Yeah. I got some ideas brewing. I got you. Markel says she would follow that page. Yeah, we start an IG page and it's just footage of him sneaking food. God, that would be crazy. I mean, kids get famous for all types of things. This could be his thing. I don't know. But if he get famous before me, I'm going to be mad. Especially if all I had to do this entire time was just stuff my face with carbs. I could have been famous in 5 minutes, but I don't think anybody wants to see that. We should have done video footage of me and how I used to tear up buffets back in the day. I feel like that would have been a pretty good show. And don't let people fool you when they tell you that the pizza at the Chinese buffet is not good, because that pizza is fire. The one in Kent, the King Buffet or Super Buffet, their pizza slaps. So don't let people try to convince you, like, oh, don't eat at a place like that. That is a person that can't be trusted. All right. Take it from me. It's safe to eat the pizza at a Chinese food buffet. And the French fries. A little bit cold, but they're still good. All these basketball YouTubers, none of these niggas can hoop. Gabby says she's in his room right now. You're in the war zone right now. Please be safe. Don't step on a landmine or like probably a rolled up burrito. I bet he just has a rolled up burrito in there, probably like under 2 math books or something. God, I wish we had footage of this. Well, this is like a news report. And we go live to Gabby down in Killeen, Texas or San Antonio, where the fuck this nigga lives at. In the war zone. It probably looks like what Portland looks like right now. We got to talk about Portland, man. They had the mayor down there getting tear gas last night, which is so crazy. And it was crazy to hear people that's down there beside him protesting, yelling at him. What are you going to do about it? What do you want him to do something in that moment? He going to end up getting his ass whooped just like y'all would. He can't do nothing for you in that moment. What are you yelling at him for? You should just be thankful that he's down there, because most elected officials ain't going down to be right by the fence where the gas is hitting the hardest. All right. And I love how on the video he had his mask on. And then he put his mask up, and then out of nowhere, he pulls out these Tim the Toolman Taylor like workshop glasses, little goggles, the ones that Bill Nye be wearing on the videos and shit. He pulled those out, and I'm like, fam, you knew you was coming down here, and they didn't even give you no like department issue gas mask or something that you could take down there. You really just came out here with your little cheap Walgreens face mask and then these freaking Home Depot goggles. Come on, bro. You got to do better. So for those of you who are asking what the mayor is going to do in that moment, he need to get him some better supplies to keep himself protected first. And then he can fight for y'all. He was barely fighting for himself in that moment. But shout out to him, man. He's out there being on the front lines with his people. I mean, suffering just like they are. This shit is crazy because I keep seeing video clips of the guy who's like in charge of the Homeland Security unit that is being deployed out in places, and you want to smack him across the freaking head for being such an idiot. But when he talks to the news reporters and they're asking him questions and they're, like, do you think this is a warranted response? Does this need to happen? And da-da-da-da-da. Like, he makes it seem like this is the best course of action. And the way he talks about the protesters, he's very dismissive. He talks about them as if they are the problem and as if these armed goons who are too pussy to identify themselves. And I'm sure that's probably a direct order from their commanding officer. I probably shouldn't have said that. And not only for the reason that it's probably a direct order for them not to give out their name. And hey, they follow orders. And that's one thing that they are trained to do, is follow orders. So I want y'all to think about that. It probably isn't the fact that these dudes are all, they are all suckers because they're participating in this shit. But it's probably not that they just don't want to give you their name. It's probably they're being ordered not to give it. They're being ordered to do the things that they're doing. And a lot of them are just taking full advantage of being able to kick y'all's asses. I will say, the Navy veteran who unfortunately got his ass kicked a little bit the other day, and he's going to have surgery on his hand, have to have screws implanted and doing all these things. I did like the fact that when he went on with Chris Kumo or whatever buddy's name is, when after he did his interview, he ended it by saying he wanted the focus to go back on, what it was intended for the movement. And I appreciated that. He's a Navy veteran. Chris, shout out to you, man. Hope you recover quickly. You know, salute to you for standing out there and taking that ass whooping like a G, and then going on the news, and you in that moment you used your platform to big up that movement. That was big, because there's hella white people who are not doing that. They're acting like suckers, and they are not appreciated. They're not allies at all. And I know some of them personally. Well, I did. They're not friends of mine no more. Some of y'all are too close. Hope you get hit in the head with something like bird poop or something. I want your day to be inconvenienced tomorrow. I want you to trip on the curb. I want you to leave your lunch at home when you go to work. I want you to ask for extra napkins and utensils and not get none of that shit when you go through the drive-thru. I want your cappuccino or whatever drink you order from Starbucks, I want it to have whole milk instead of 2%. Or if you ask for almond milk, I want them to give you whole milk. Or no milk. I want your day to be inconvenienced tomorrow. A lot of you took your foot off the gas because now, let me stop rocking the camera. I keep hitting it with my foot. But you took your foot off the gas because now it's just not as cool because your other white friends aren't sharing it either. So you don't want to be the one who's still doing it. But there's a lot of you I know that are every single day repping hard. Love that. There's a guy that I seen today. His name is Jesse Kelly. I want to read a tweet from this garbage goon. He said, if the NFL wants to speak out against systematic racism, they should immediately suspend every player who has 5 kids with 4 different women, because that hurts black people more than cops could ever do. I realize I've offended many people with this. It's been an entire day of death threats and pre-diabetics challenging me to fight. I've reflected on my words, and I have to say I'm not sorry. Not even a little sorry. Go screw yourself. Stay home and raise your kids. Well, I hope the next time you're walking and you get recognized by a black person, I hope you're ready to raise your fist, because niggas are going to want to kick your ass over this. And I hope they do too. And I know that people are going to be like, that's not the answer, but I'm letting you know it's probably going to happen to fam. And he has a blue check next to his name. So I imagine that he has the ability to hire people who can protect him. But you only say stuff like this on your platform if you think that you can't be touched. This is a typical thing for a white guy to say, because he gets to say it and hide behind his phone and his keyboard. He knows that the people that he's talking to will probably never be able to touch them. It's easy to talk all this type of shit from your ivory tower, especially when you're just a pussy. This is crazy. And then I saw some other tweet where somebody tweeted at him and they said, hey, when's the next Klan rally? And his response was August 17th in Milwaukee. So at least now y'all know on August 17th, maybe he'll be in Milwaukee. And let's see if he's still talking tough like that. Everybody that's black should just show up to that rally. Especially if you have 5 different kids with 4 different women. You and all your kids and your baby mom should all show up and see if he still has that same type of energy. I'll put all the rest of the money I'll make for my entire life on it, that he'll probably cower and you'll actually see the real type of person he is. He's bitch made. That's it. I love that he said, it's been an entire day of death threats and pre-diabetics challenging me to fight. I love that he's trying to do his best comedy. Jokes about black people. We're all diabetics, yeah. Good one. Good one, Jesse. Fucking white guys, man. Only tough behind the freaking keyboard and the phone keyboard and your work keyboard. All that. It's the only time they want to say stuff like this. Sad, though. But hey, man, congratulations. You made it on the Minkle Jackson show, mainly because you're a bitch, but you still made it on the show. August 17th in Milwaukee. That's their next Klan rally. The Klan. That shit makes me laugh. Just a whole group of bitches. Men and women. They wear those. You seen those outfits they be wearing? The Klan. I don't even see how you can feel tough walking around repping that. Nobody repping that is tough to me. Stop, bro. 3 lowercase K's. That's it. That shit's so boring. It just seems like someone's just like stuttering trying to get the word out. Well, oh my God. Those outfits. You know how you could ruin a racist day when they got that outfit on? Just, break a bottle of wine over their head, preferably red. Stain the whole freaking outfit. Then their whole shit is over because like they need the outfit to feel tough. Losers. What's the chat saying? Yeah, pre-diabetic is a shot at fat shaming. Yeah, it's sad. And it's a shot at black people. Shit, my mom's a diabetic. And I remember when I was young, when she first found out, it was like one of the things that my dad made me do, that he had to take me to the doctor so I could get tested. Because, they say that it runs in the family. Usually around now in the 30s is when you find out if you have it. Or so I've been told. I don't know. But either way, man, Jesse Kelly, he's talking real tough on the internet. White people. What else we got? The Klan, I'm dead, bro. They cracked me up. Okay, I want to get into this real quick. So I was talking about earlier how I watched this video, and I've seen clips of this young lady before, and I've seen how people have kind of gone, what's her name? Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, is that her name? AOC, whatever. She's somebody who's up there. So she's okay. Democrat, New York, 14th district. Okay, I didn't know you had it like that, girl. Apparently, she's at her job the other day, and there's some goof who also is an elected official, Congressman Ted Yoho, or Yoo-hoo, I don't know, Yoho. And my man, this is like while they're like at their place of work, and he like walked up on her and started like getting in her face, saying a bunch of things, calling her names, and then called her a fucking bitch. You called a woman, a person, a colleague, someone that you work with, you called them a fucking bitch to their face at your job. Disrespect towards women in the workplace. It's weird to me that like there are guys that think that like they can just do this. Even in her video, she talks about how she's stepping up because she wants to. She's trying to put an end to this type of shit, put a stop to it. I really don't blame her. I don't know, man. I've worked with a lot of women. I'm not gonna lie or pretend like I haven't had days where I wanted to cuss them out because they're getting on my fucking nerves. But at the same time, like they've had plenty of days where they wanted to cuss me out too. You have that shit coming. But at the same time, the part that really upset me about it was that he did this in front of another colleague who also is a man. And in that moment, that man didn't step up to him and be like, yo, fam, you got to chill. Regardless of what your stance is, what you believe, y'all are on, Republican, Democrat, whatever, you're different, you bump heads about work shit, that's totally fine. But the second that you as a man stand there and you allow another man to look at this young lady and call her out her name and call her a fucking bitch over petty shit, you're like, that's what makes it bad. You're corny too. Both of y'all need your freaking heads cracked open for that. That is crazy to me. And then after I watched that video, I was literally in my head thinking, fuck, man. Because she says stuff like, all the name calling and this and that, all it's like, it's not new. And as a man, you don't ever think about it. I never walk away from a workday thinking, fuck, I wonder how many times the women at my job were like disrespected by men we work with, men that were just coming in off the street, whatever, being cussed out by people, being sexually harassed, like all these things. You never think about that shit. Apparently, Yoho came out and I guess he's made it clear that, he doesn't really feel like he's in the wrong and da 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 da. And then I guess he tried to say, I have a family and I have a wife and I have daughters and da 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 da. And Alexandria made a good point. I'm like, but you can have all those things and still be a dick. And like you think that it's okay to talk to people like this. So now, based on you doing this and not acknowledging it, owning it, and then doing whatever you can to like move forward in a positive way, you're basically acknowledging that you are fully okay with people calling your wife and your daughters fucking bitches. I would tell you like this, fam, I don't even have a daughter. You talk about my hypothetical daughter, I might get mad because that's just crazy talk to me. My sister, my homegirls, all like that's crazy. Like I'm not gonna stand there and let some dude like call them out their name like that. But Buddy literally stood on like this is like on the steps out front of their freaking job. Like this is so crazy. Two dudes like squaring off with one young lady. And then Buddy just tries to call her out her name. And then he wants to like go back after the fact and try to spin it. And a lot of that is just him in that moment, feeling like he's privileged. He don't have to. He's a man, right? That's what men do. Oh, he's a man. Nah, he's a bitch. There's no other way to like cut that. Like I said, like you could disagree all you want. You could be upset with her all you want. Even if you feel those things about her all you want, you keep that shit to yourself, fam. At your job. At your job to her face. And then don't even want to give the apology. My mind is blown. Let me play some of this.
I'm someone's daughter, too. My father, thankfully, is not alive to see how Mr. Yoho treated his daughter. My mother got to see Mr. Yoho's disrespect on the floor of this house towards me on television. And I am here because I have to show my parents that I am their daughter and that they did not raise me to accept abuse from men.
AKA, she ain't no little bitch. All right? Yo-ho. Y'all respect that. Way to step up for yourself, girl. And then there are other men that work within this workplace. They better start doing the same. If y'all don't step up, y'all don't do nothing. Y'all deserve to have your heads cracked open too. It just is what it is, man. Can't have that shit, man. We can't have. Like I said, I'm not no perfect angel, and I'm not listen, I've had my days where I've cussed out women, and you know what? That was bitch shit. Slap myself for that. For all the times, you know what I'm saying? Just take a couple more. It's just stupid. Why? You don't need to do that. And people are gonna be like, well, they say stuff. Nah, I know. Yes, everybody gets on everybody's damn nerves. Everybody. Y'all get on my nerves, I get on yours. This girl get on your nerves, she get on mine. It is what it is. But at the same time, there's no reason, and I don't feel like there's anything that any woman could do to a man where he should feel that he can walk up and get in her face and start cussing her out. Because then all that does is that's him trying to open the door to also take next steps. If you're willing to do that and get that close and get all crazy like that, what else is going to hold you back from hauling off and hitting her? If she's already getting you out of character so much that you want to walk up on her at your job, fam, you willing to put your job on the line for that? She made you that mad, huh? Get the fuck out of here. Y'all got it twisted, man. Listen, I'll laugh at them. They're not going to get me out of my bag like that no more. Like I said, I've let a girl slap me across my face at the club a couple times and didn't react to her. What would be the point? If we trade slaps, you end up going home in a coma that night if I hit you the way that you hit me. There's no point in that. No point whatsoever. Even addressing you after the fact, no point. And I feel like that's probably one of the worst interactions I've ever had with a female is being slapped in the face like that repeatedly. What are you going to do? But there are guys who would take that, like they look for those opportunities. I bet you Buddy went up to intimidate her because he wanted to see what she was gonna do. He's probably looking for a reason to do something else. It's just corny, man. Grown ass men who are actually not men at all because of the way that they opt to treat women. It's pathetic. And these are elected officials. People voted for you to be in the space that you're in because they trust your judgment and look at you at your job. Get out of here, bro. Corny. Corny as hell. Shout out to all you ladies that are having to deal with the corniest of corny men in your day-to-day life. I wish that there was a way that actually could be fixed, but I don't imagine. I don't see a scenario where that's completely eliminated from whatever this is. I don't think it's possible at all. We've created, well, no, not we. Systems have been created that help these types of people maintain their positions with little to no consequences when they make bad decisions. In regular civilian life at a job, if you were to go to your job and call your coworker a fucking bitch, and you approached her, got in her face, waved your finger at her, called her other names and obscenities, by the time HR find that out, that investigation is not going to take very long. You probably would just be let go from your job immediately. But apparently, if you work like at Fox News, you work in the government, you work for sports teams, entertainment, any of these places, abuse from men towards women, apparently from the people who are high up enough to make and have the most impact on decision making, apparently to them, it's not a big deal. Bro, we literally live in fucking hell. There's no way you can't think that. We have kids locked in cages, women being abused at their workplace, being mistreated like it's nothing. Black people dying at the hands of police every fucking day. We got kids in fucking jail for not doing online homework. We got kids dying at the hands of their own parents for hanging up the phone on them. Are you kidding me? This is hell. But at least it has Wi-Fi. Because if it weren't for the fucking internet and all these memes, I probably would have went crazy, I bet. Because all this stuff is just very disheartening. For all my homies that watch this show, man, if you see your female coworkers getting disrespected by other men at your job and you don't step up and do something, you're not my friend anymore. And I'll kick your ass the next time I see you if I hear about that shit. That's on God, bro. And on my unborn children, my hypothetical daughters, I will kick your ass if I find out about that shit. Knuckle up, boy. Anyway, man, we're getting to the end of the YouTube stream. And then the Track Talk Radio, people are going to listen to some music. Shout out to my sister. Who's not a man? I'm trying to read the chat. I don't know. She's talking about somebody. She probably talking about her ex-husband. He's a sucker too. Travis, I'll kick your ass, boy. Anyway. Shout out to Gabby. Hope your show went well. We're going to check you out. Markel and Gabby have connected. They're going to share each other's stuff. Hopefully, we'll get Gabby to be a part of this project. Even obviously, it'll be hard to do a photo shoot when one person is in Texas, the other person is in Washington. But I think, Gabby, it would be great for you to submit maybe a video or some writing that you have come up with, where you can kind of tell us what Black Lives Matter means to you and what, love most about being Black, which I'm sure is probably everything, because this shit is great. It's dangerous, but it's great. I love this shit. I'll be back on Sunday, But tomorrow is Friday. Oh, I do have a podcast tomorrow. Starters on the Bench is at 6 p.m. on Twitch. How long does that run? About an hour, I think. I'll have to check the time. I feel like I haven't done that shit in weeks, but I think it's only been 1 week since I did it. Or I didn't do it last week, but I did the week before. It's hard to remember. I'm either losing my memory or maybe I just need to like ease up on the week. Because I also feel like I missed a meeting this week. I can't remember. I probably did. No. Did I? Probably. I don't know, man. But hey, I'll be back tomorrow on the podcast, and then I'll be back on the Meekle Jackson show on Sunday. I still have not found a new name for this series. I feel like it's going to be called Black with Purpose. That was the name I thought of this morning. And I feel like that was the name that I created right before the dunk. And maybe that's what helped me dunk. I'm going to sleep on it tonight. And then tomorrow, first thing when I wake up, it's either going to be the name or it's going to be interviews with DJ Pocket Biscuit. And I feel like the first name sounds much better. I'm going to sleep on it, though. Shout outs. Shout out to me again. Why not? You got to be your biggest fan, right? Shout out to my sister, all my wonderful friends. And I don't know, man. Shout out to all the parents that have been pulling it together for their families throughout this. Since March hit, it's been crazy. Schools and some vacations and all the wonderful things that a lot of you parents are probably trying to do all got canceled, and you've just been finding a way to make it work. So I want to, salute you for your hard work. Please take care of your children. If you are having struggles, you feel like you're getting to the end of your rope, call somebody, reach out. There are resources for shit like that. Don't cross the line all because you're just not managing your own emotions properly. Because remember, your kids are your kids. They only know what they know. They don't know how to fix your emotional issues that you have. You need to get that taken care of on your own. Refill your cup so that way you can keep your kids' cups full. It's not very hard. The last thing. Is Kim Kardashian going to divorce Kanye West? I don't think she's going to do it. Kim literally has nothing to offer us. Her whole existence is that TV show she has and being married to Kanye West. And without Kanye, that whole Get Out experiment that they've been doing doesn't work very well because all of the other Negroes that their daughters were dating, they cut out a long time ago. Kanye's the only one left. They need him to survive. Number one tweet of the week came from Kanye when he screenshotted his conversation to Kris Jenner, which is his mother-in-law. And it said, "You want to talk or go to war?" And I love that. So now, that's what I'm going to say to everybody. You want to talk or you want to go to war? You choose wisely. This is the Meekle Jackson Show. Let me do my DJ stuff real quick before we get into music. Let's see here. What's up next? We got some Trigger Trey up next, and then some Twista. Is that what that says? Hell yeah. Twista, Adrenaline Rush. That's a crazy record. Let's see. What else is on here? I can't see that good. Wiz Khalifa, maybe? Some Wale. No, Wale better not be playing on here. I gotta stop disrespecting these artists, man. They're not ever going to let me be famous because I've just treated everybody with such disrespect. This is the highest that I will go because I can't not shit on people. It's all just jokes, man. I don't know these people personally, so they're probably all right people, man. But anyway, man, it's your boy DJ Cold Cuts, aka DJ Pocket Biscuit, aka Big Wheat Loaf, aka Big Meatloaf, and aka Big Wheat Loaf. Because I'm like a piece of wheat bread. or a loaf of wheat bread. That's how I'm shaped right now. But I actually am looking pretty slim. And that's why I dunked today. Jeez, man, gotta love weight loss. All right, let's get into the music. If you're on Track Talk Radio, and if you were watching live on the YouTube, you're not anymore because the shit's over.